こんにちは、ミッキー京子です。今日はですね、3人の素敵なゲストに来ていただいております。それでは始めますよ。Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Oh, good. Well, first of all, I'd like to ask your name, please.
I am Bailey and I am 14.
Bailey,
Yeah.
and she is 14. Yes, and then you, may I ask your name?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's your name?
Molly,
Molly. And how old are you, may I ask?
6.5.
Oh, 6.5. That's great. And may I ask your name?
Kirstin.
Kirsten. You know, she is their mother. Okay. Well then, today I'd like to ask you about the school, how you spent when COVID was going on, still going on, but 2020 March, suddenly many stores closed. And then I don't remember when you had to stop going to school. Bailey, do you remember?
Yeah, I remember a little bit.
Yeah.
It was springtime.
Oh, springtime.
Yeah. Like the very start of spring. So it was still a little bit cold out.
Oh.
So my teachers knew they were watching the news, so they knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
They knew that everything was gonna close down.
Yeah.
So they started sending home all the stuff that we needed for school.
Yeah.
Most other teachers didn't do that, so my teachers were very prepared.
Oh. So what did you receive from school?
Mostly just my computer and its charger, but like all of the stuff that I kept at school, like notebooks and all that,
Yeah.
they sent home with us, so we wouldn't have to go back and get them.
So usually you leave your notebook at school?
Yes.
My God. In Japan, children have to carry bag every single day, but you can just leave it there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. And did you got a computer?
Yes.
So it's a laptop?
Yes.
Oh, every child?
Yes, everyone in the class had one. So we would do our homework on that.
Yeah.
But when everything shut down, they would have these classes that it was a video class. So
Zoom.
Zoom. Yes.
Well, how many children were there in one class?
I'm not quite sure. Some kids did skip class.
Yeah.
That, but
well, if you use
some children in the class.
If you use Zoom, teacher's face only or all children's?
They asked that we show our faces, but most kids didn't.
So
You want to know how the screen looked to her?
Oh, yeah.
She would see everybody, the teacher as well as all her classmates. And they were able to see, they split it up into, the little.
Yes. Oh.
She was able to see her teacher and all her classmates.
So when the teacher teaches you, then you see only teacher's face or always children and teacher at the same time?
Sometimes the teacher can put it where it's just the teacher and what they're showing. So, but most times it was the teacher and the students.
I see. How did you feel about taking a class using a Zoom?
I thought it was fun, but I didn't really do well in school.
Why?
Because I didn't pay attention. No. And I definitely didn't turn things in and
You didn't turn in the homework?
or like classwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but if you didn't, then I'm sure teacher told you, Bailey, why you didn't turn it in?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then what did you say?
I said, well,
Well, so that lasted until, well, summer. Summer vacation started, right? From spring till, and then summertime. uh, How long did you have? Almost the same as before?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we chose to keep her home the next year
Oh,
for safety, because she couldn't get vaccinated yet. My mom, the vaccines weren't ready yet, so
that's right.
we kept her home the entire next following year.
I see.
So she stayed on the computer for the next year. So her seventh grade year, the whole year she stayed home.
Stayed home. So there was a choice.
There was a choice.
Oh, so some children went to school.
Yeah.
Oh,
After a certain period, like the first half of the year, I believe everybody stayed home. And then in January, you could choose to stay home or go back, and we chose to keep her home.
I see. And then Molly, did she stay home?
She did. Well, yeah, she started preschool
School.
that year.
Yeah.
Not in 2020, but in August
Yeah.
2020, we started doing preschool with her, but the preschool sent home packages.
Yes.
So we did it with her. And then they would do a music class online on Zoom every week to get them to interact.
Oh.
And then January of 21, she started going to the classroom twice a week
Oh.
with a mask.
Oh. Well, so Molly, do you remember the time you went to school twice a week with a mask? Do you remember that?
You don't remember preschool? No?
No.
It's okay.
Then, do you remember there was a music on the screen? Do you remember that? Oh, did you like it? Yeah, what kind of songs did you learn?
Well, I forget the songs.
Did you learn ABC songs? A, B, C, D, F, G, that kind of thing. Did you learn? Or you already knew it?
Did you already know it?
Yeah. You already knew it. I see.
Or they did different songs.
I remember the Live Awake Alert and things.
Oh yeah, do you remember that one? Where what?
Alive.
Live awake, alert, enthusiast. There was moves too. What were they?
Tell me, how do you do it?
Do you remember? Oh, do you remember? No. No.
I don't remember.
There was that.
Okay.
Do you remember any other songs that they did?
Mm-mm.
No.
I just remember at the beginning of every music class they would sing that song.
Yeah.
So, Bailey, did you learn the same school when you were small like she was?
No. No.
So she was learning the songs you didn't know.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So, 2021 January, there was a choice, but you stayed home. And then you stayed home. And then last year, how about September?
She went to kindergarten.
Oh, you went to kindergarten with a mask?
With a mask.
But Bailey stayed home.
No, last year, 8th grade, Bailey went to school wearing a mask. All students had to go to school. There was no choice last year.
Oh,
And they started the year wearing masks.
yes.
And I think it was like the spring that the county got rid of the mask mandate. So by then everybody was vaccinated. So we felt a little bit better about that.
Okay. Well, so Bailey, do you remember the day you started going to school last year, taking bus and that kind of thing? Do you remember?
Sort of.
Sort of?
But
Oh.
I remember walking up to the bus stop.
Yeah.
I had a new lunchbox that its strap went across my shoulder like that. So it was hanging by my hip. I remember getting on the bus and being really nervous because it had been
So long, a
So
year and a
long.
half.
Yeah, that's
it
right.
had been so long since I got on a bus, and I didn't really know anybody, so I just kind of sat in the front seat and didn't talk to anybody.
Oh, I see. Well, and then please tell me how you adjusted getting up very early. I understand in order to take a bus, you have to get up very early. What time do you get up?
Um, since when my hair used to be long, it would take longer to do.
Yeah.
So I got up at 5:30.
You third?
Yes, because before school I would comb my hair because I didn't want it to be tangled.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
5:30.
Yes.
Wow. And then what time did you have to leave the house
Um,
in order to catch the bus?
by 6:50.
Yeah.
50.
Yeah.
Very early.
Yes. And the bus came by around 7.
7. Oh my goodness. Then what time did you or do you go to bed?
During the school year.
Yeah, the school
9:30.
9:30.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, before the school started last year, you stayed home and it was more than 1 year, I guess, right? And then suddenly you had to get up very early. How could you adjust that?
Oh, we start training.
Training?
I do. So
Yeah.
like this week, there's 2 more weeks left.
Yeah.
For example, this year that we have 2 weeks until they start school.
Mm.
So this week, starting tomorrow, we're going to wake up a little bit earlier each day.
I see.
And so we get back into the school habits. So I kind of try to train them for a couple weeks before, so their bodies aren't shocked
I
to it when
see.
we start school.
Yeah.
I mean, since I've been sleeping in all summer, it's not nice, but it helps a lot, so it's not as crazy during the first day of school.
Yeah. Good mom, you know.
It's yeah, I learned that the hard way, but it works. So
Yeah, that's a wonderful idea. 2 weeks.
yeah, just 'cause, and then just slowly building up until the time. So
Yeah. So when mother tells you it's bedtime, you can just stop everything what you're doing and then you could go to bed.
Kind of. She gives us like a 10-ish minute warning to like clean up and all that, and get ready for bed, like brush our teeth and
See.
get our bed ready for bed, and then we say goodnight and then go to bed.
So she could tell you what to do before going to bed.
Yes.
Oh, so you had a step and step, not just everyday adjustment, but what they do adjustment.
yeah, yeah, you know, and now so like at her age now she knows the steps to get to bed. So you know, I'll say like, you know, they kind of start to get ready to go to bed at the same time. She goes to bed earlier, but they get ready to go to bed together, and then you know, I'll give them like a half an hour to say, okay, you can read quietly in your room before the lights get turned out. But yeah, she at this age, Bailey already knows what she has to do, you know. So this one, we're learning those habits, learning the habits, teaching habits young. So when it's just, you know, like breathing when they're older, they already know what to do.
Yeah.
They don't have to get reminded. So.
And as a mother, what kind of fear did you have when school was closed?
Oh, it was scary because she was young and you know she was still in school. I appreciated Bailey's teachers were very prepared. They, you know, I appreciated that. I know other parents whose teachers, their children's teachers weren't ready.
Oh.
So there was a whole week where we were home doing nothing because the other teachers were trying to
Yes.
make their lessons and everything like that. But her teachers were on top of everything. I have another layer to my household having my elderly mom live with us. So that was scary to know that children were the ones they said back then that were passing it around. And so it worried me for my mom, but so we stayed home. We didn't go anywhere. I didn't go grocery shopping.
Yeah,
We didn't see you.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right. I try to avoid people.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a scary time, and
Yeah.
to be scared both for my kids and for my mom, it was rough.
Okay. Well, then I have to stop now. So let's continue after a couple minutes. Okay.